Raising a child is, well, it's a journey, right? But when your child is neurodivergent, it can sometimes feel like you've been handed a map, but it's written in a language you don't quite speak yet. Today, we're going to translate that map. We'll figure it out together and focus on how you can create a space where your child and, yeah, your whole family can really, truly thrive.
So, have you ever felt like you're hitting a wall? Like all that standard parenting advice, the sticker charts, the one-size-fits-all rules, it just doesn't land with your kid? If you're nodding along right now, I want you to know you are absolutely not alone. This isn't a sign that you're failing, not at all. It's a sign that your child's brain is just wired differently. And that leads us right into this big, beautiful idea, neurodiversity. It's more than just a buzzword. It's a total shift in how we see things. It moves us away from thinking in terms of deficits or disorders, and instead, it's about celebrating a simple biological fact. Every single brain is different, and that's okay. It's normal. There's no one right way for a brain to be. So this is where we get to the heart of it. We're going to talk about a fundamental shift, moving our focus from trying to correct behaviors to trying to connect with our kids and understand the needs that are driving those behaviors. It's about adjusting their world a little, not trying to change who they are at their core. And this isn't some rare thing we're talking about. The estimates are that somewhere between 15 and 20% of people worldwide are neurodivergent. That's huge. We're talking about autism, ADHD, dyslexia, the list goes on. This is a totally normal and honestly a vital part of what makes us human. Okay, so before we can get into any strategies or tips, we have to build a solid foundation. And that foundation is built on two things, safety and understanding. We really need to dig into the why behind what your child is experiencing, why the world can feel so overwhelming sometimes. And a great place to start is with a concept called masking. Masking is, well, it's basically a coping mechanism where a neurodivergent person hides their true self just to fit in. Think about it. They might force eye contact that feels painful, or suppress the little movements that actually calm them down. And as this young person says so powerfully, it is absolutely, profoundly exhausting. It's like putting on a performance all day long. And the price they pay for that performance is incredibly high. This isn't just about trying to be polite. It leads to serious mental and physical burnout. You know that meltdown you might see right after school? So often, that's just the pressure valve releasing after a full day of holding it all in. It's happening because they finally feel safe enough with you to let that mask fall. Okay, another really key piece of this puzzle is how our kids process the world through their senses. A neurotypical brain might filter out the buzz of the lights overhead without a second thought. But for a neurodivergent child, that buzz can feel like a fire alarm. As you can see, it can go two ways. Some kids are hypersensitive, meaning they're over-responsive and try to avoid sensations. Others are hyposensitive, meaning they're under-responsive and might actually seek out really intense sensory input. And finally, let's talk about emotions. For a lot of neurodivergent kids, feelings are just bigger. They're more intense, and they stick around longer. So what might look to us like a huge overreaction is actually their genuine struggle to manage a tidal wave of emotion. This isn't a choice. It's not bad behavior. It's a challenge with a skill that takes time and support to learn. Okay, so now that we've kind of explored the why behind some of these experiences, let's switch gears to the practical how. These are the building blocks, right? The actual strategies you can start using to build a home that feels supportive and affirming for your child. A lot of our kids struggle with something called executive functioning, things like planning and just getting started on a task. A big command like clean your room can feel completely impossible. So the trick is to break it down. Instead of one giant, overwhelming task, you create a checklist of tiny, doable steps, like first, put the clothes in the hamper. Great! Now put the books on the shelf. Awesome! Celebrating those little wins makes a huge difference. Now, let's talk about their physical space. If a child has a hard time with focus, their environment needs to help them out. This can be as simple as creating a specific spot for homework that's quiet and free from the siren call of toys, screens, or a lot of family traffic. A dedicated focus zone. And we can go even deeper with that. For a kid with sensory sensitivities, things like light and color are a big deal. Those harsh, fluorescent lights, they can be really overstimulating. So maybe try warmer, softer lighting, maybe even with a dimmer switch. Soothing colors on the walls can also do wonders for calming the nervous system. The whole goal here is to make being organized the easiest possible choice. We want to reduce the clutter and make it really obvious where things go. Labeled bins are, seriously, a game changer.
Having a hamper and trash can right out in the open, not hidden in a closet, just removes one more step. We're lowering the mental effort it takes to keep things tidy.
So what happens when those big emotions hit? Our first instinct might be to punish, but instead we want to help them navigate the storm. We call this co-regulation. Instead of sending them away, you join them in it. First, just name what you see. Wow, I can see you are so frustrated right now. Then validate it. That makes total sense. Then you become their guide, offering tools to find calm. You're teaching them, over time, how to do this for themselves.
All right, we've laid the foundation of understanding, we've put some practical building blocks in place. Now, let's talk about the peak. This is where we move beyond just managing challenges. This is about actively nurturing your child's strengths and helping them grow into who they truly are.
And this right here is so important. We have to reframe our thinking and see the incredible strengths that come with a neurodivergent brain. These kids are often amazingly creative. They have this deep, powerful sense of fairness. They're passionate. When we focus on celebrating these things, we help them build a strong, positive identity.
And it really all boils down to this little mantra. If you take away just one thing today, please let it be this: connection, not correction. The next time you feel the urge to correct a behavior, just pause for a second. Ask yourself, how can I connect with the need that's underneath this behavior? Your relationship with them is the most powerful tool you have, period. And you know what? This might mean we have to redefine what we even think of as success. Maybe it's not about getting straight A's. Maybe success is your child learning how to ask for what they need. Maybe it's them feeling confident in their own skin, or finding a group of friends where they truly belong. These are the wins that build a happy life.
And last, but definitely not least, please remember you are not meant to do this alone. Finding support for yourself as a parent is just as important as finding support for your child. You have to fill your own cup so you have something to give.
Seriously, parent support groups can be an absolute lifeline. They are places where you don't have to start from square one explaining everything. People just get it. You can celebrate a win that maybe nobody else would understand, get real-world advice, and just feel less alone on this journey. It's incredibly empowering.
When you think about it, this whole approach is really a gift you're giving your child. You're not just managing them, you're nurturing them. By choosing connection, by helping them through tough emotions, and by celebrating their true, authentic self, you are giving them the safety and security they need to shine.
So I'll leave you with this one thought. This isn't about changing everything overnight. It's about small moments, little shifts. So think about your day ahead. Whereas one place, just one moment, where you can pause, set aside the need to correct, and choose to connect instead. That one tiny moment can be where everything starts to change.